Alright, welcome back to You Talk, I Listen. Today, it's kind of discussing something that actually happened today. Have you ever had like one of those times where you're in a classroom or you're talking to somebody or you overhear something or you're in a situation and you just think, wow, was that really necessary that you did that? or that you said that or that you act that way? What I'm talking about is like sensitivity. Having sensitivity, not only for yourself, not only like in this culture, you know, and also for other people. And I'll give you an example. And the example was today is that I was in my English class, all right, and we got to turn in these stories, a couple paragraph, story, and we break it down. Anyway, the story was about this dude who brought in a prostitute to his hotel room and started peeing on the prostitute, and the prostitute peed on him, and they rolled around in the piss, and there was a bunch of cussing in the dialogue, and the teacher loved it.
And you wrote that story?
No, I didn't write the story. Another guy wrote the story, and I was thinking that is just the most absurd thing I ever heard of. You know what I'm saying? Like you had all these different topics to choose from, and you chose this. And then it's like, it's like we're pushing the boundary of a fence. And I'm thinking, the teacher the student made a comment. He said, I would have took it a lot further, but I just wasn't sure if people were gonna get offended or not. I was like, okay, man, like really? And the teacher said, okay, we're all adults here. We can all handle this. It's fine. It's like making an excuse for it. And my thing is like, where is it good to have sensitivity, or have we become so desensitized that we are supposed to be adults and just take it? That's my big beef right now.
So is that the question?
Yeah, that's the question, man. Are you just supposed to sit there and take it, or are you supposed to have that conviction, like? Or how come our conviction has been lost? So
if you didn't learn English, you learned that teacher was a freak. That's one thing you learned in that class today. You learned that your teacher was a freak.
Oh man.
But I would say at the end of the day, if it really does not, you have to ask yourself, does it change who you are? Will it affect the person that you are? Certain times you can't sit around and just be touchy. When you are in this world, you've been in this world for about 22 years. For 22 years, so you've seen all types of stuff. And if you want to catch up, ride a Greyhound bus. That's if you want to see all types of business.
All right, man.
If you want to see all types of stuff, go on a Greyhound bus. But at the end of the day, people are going to be people. And believe it or not, one of my pastors would probably agree to just take it, because I remember one sermon he was talking about how you should become dead to certain things. You should not let certain things affect you and who you are. And you have to ask yourself, what does this have to do with my career? This person is crazy. I'm not going to pay him no attention. I got on my hoodie, and you can always borrow my Bluetooth headphones and stick it in the ear, listening to God Over Money,
okay,
while he talking about pissing and prostitutes. Turn it up real loud. God Over Money.
All right, man. That was funny. Hey, that's a good point, though, man. Seeing the bigger picture. And you know what? I mean, maybe I was being a little bit judgmental. I mean, because it is a story, and it is creative, but I think there's a difference between being, like Biz said, between being wicked and having art about some things. Also some things too is that, okay, when we were having this discussion in the classroom, breaking down the sentences, the paragraph, how the story went, so on and so forth. I think because there was a lot of cussing in the dialogue already written down in the paragraph, that liberated people to like cuss as well. And I'm not one to like just be like, you're a bad person if you cuss or anything, but I wonder sometimes, is it necessary to use that language when it has absolutely nothing to do with what you're talking about? Like, I understand it when people get mad, something will slip out, here and there. But I mean, there was this really this girl that she looked like she was just so nice and just so innocent. She had a flower dress on. It wasn't showing any cleavage, and she had a nice little necklace on, and very, she always very smart girl, had a wide vocabulary. And she was asking a question, and she goes, "I don't understand what was going on here. Like, what the F?" And I was like, "You did not just say that, for real?" And then another person in the back said the F word again. And I was like, because one person said it, now everyone's got to say it now because it's already been said. And I was like, well, if there is really honor in this class, honor for the teacher, honor for the other students, I think we should raise the bar a little bit and just not use the word. I mean, because the Bible says in 1 Corinthians 13:5 that love is not rude. And I mean, I know not everyone's a Christian, and not everyone has those standards, but I'm thinking everyone has experienced love, and or some type of love, and everyone wants to be nice and this and that, and it just doesn't seem right that it could be such obscene and explicit and degrading behavior could be so free and nothing be said about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I just think that we have lost our conviction for what is good and what is bad, and we call what was bad, we call it normal now, and what we call good is being
uptight.
Yeah, man, you're too tense. You need to loosen up, relax a little bit. This is reality now. Accept it. And I don't feel that way. I just don't. I know God has changed my life. I thank God for changing my life, because there were times when I would push the envelope, flat out push it, because I wanted to see how far you would go. I knew at the country club they didn't want me wearing jerseys and big t-shirts and baggy pants. But you know what? I went up there just to make a scene. I wanted to see how you was gonna handle me. And then if you said something like held the rules, didn't compromise, and had your values, and you held them, then you were a racist and you were discriminating against me and against my rights as a person.